What's up, guys? Metroid Prime Fan 18 here again, and as I promised, I'm going to be starting my Doom series review, and of course, that starts with the original Doom. Now, the only original Doom copy that I have is the version on the regular Xbox that's under the special features on Doom 3. I have the limited collector's edition, and it's also on Resurrection of Evil, which is Doom 3 sequel. Anyway, let's get on with it. First off, I just want to say, Doom has definitely been one of the series that I grew up with ever since I was young. I love this series to death. I mean, there are a few complaints I have with it. You know, I have complaints with every game I play. No game is perfect. But let's get on with it. In Doom, basically, the story really didn't become a huge part of the series until Doom 3, where you actually had FMV sequences and all that. Anyway, in Doom, you're a space marine going around shooting demons. That's basically all there is. The demons have come through hell itself, and they're invading the UAC, which stands for the Union Aerospace Corporation. It's this huge, I'm guessing, like multi-trillion-dollar military establishment. I mean, they got space stations, headquarters on Earth, everything. Some of the best technology known to man. And in the original two Doom games, it was just run and gun. I mean, there are enemies everywhere. You have all these guns. You got to shoot them. You got to take cover. You know, learn to take cover. And some of the levels, especially in Doom 2, were really, really confusing. I mean, this game will definitely have you thinking in some levels. Now, a lot of things I love about this game. First off, it's got that classic feel to it. I mean, Doom was made back in 1990. What was it? 3? 1 or 3? No, I think 1 was when id was first formed. 3 was when Doom was made, because Doom 2 was released in 95. So, yeah, I think it was 93. And it's just the most basic concept. It's just, you know, you see a gun, you see enemies, you shoot them. You walk. This was one of the first-person shooters of that time, and they didn't have the whole looking up and down. You couldn't look up and down, so if there was an enemy in front of you and it was above or below you, the projectile from any gun would just automatically go up or down. And there was also no jumping. You had to do running dashes or sprint dashes to get to faraway ledges, which is a pain. That's one of my complaints about it, but I'll do my anti-complaints first. Aside from the classic feel that it has, it's got a huge array of weapons. Everything from, I mean, it's got a pistol, shotgun, chain gun, rocket launcher, plasma gun, the big fucking gun 9000, one of the best guns ever. And it's also got the Berserker, which is the fist, that whenever you pick up Berserk packs, not only do they fully restore your health to 100, but it also temporarily increases your punch power. I mean, so you can punch enemies into bloody bits with usually just one punch. And it's also got what many people's favorite weapon is in this game, the chainsaw. Oh yeah. You gotta love the chainsaw. If you're a Doom player, you must use that chainsaw. It may be a last resort most of the time, but it's so fun to use that you don't even care. I mean, it's suicidal in some manner. I mean, if you try to take on one of the strongest enemies, the Barons of Hell or whatever, with a chainsaw, ooh boy. Outcome will definitely be entertaining. And whether it's good or bad, it's going to be entertaining to see and do, I gotta admit. It's also got a very wide array of enemies. It's got everything from formerly human enemies like zombies, they call them the zombie men and the shotgun guys, to all your hell demons. There's Demon, or Pinky, the Imps, Barons of Hell, Cacodemons, Lost Souls, who else? Now, a lot of the enemies that you may know of that exist nowadays didn't exist in the original Doom. Doom 2 is when a lot of them were newly introduced. Oh, Cyber Demon. Duh. Cannot forget the Cyber Demon. And there was also the Spider Mastermind. And a lot of people have been debating on who is more powerful, the Cyber Demon or the Spider Mastermind. Well, that is perfectly shown to you through a visual aid in Doom 2, but I will get to that when I review Doom 2. But I will say this. I think that the Spider Mastermind is more annoying because When the Spider Mastermind starts shooting his super chain gun at you, it's impossible to dodge no matter how much you strafe. You can strafe, you can circle strafe all you want, it won't do any good. The only way to dodge his fire is to hide behind something, because his accuracy is apparently dead on. He is a robot with a big ass brain after all. Cyber Demon's rockets, while more powerful than the chain gun, you can actually dodge. And you can see these coming at you and you can dodge them. Hiding behind something may not be the best thing because the splash damage may hurt you. Another good thing about this game is level design. Level design in this game is genius. And they really ran forward with this when it came to Doom 2. Doom 1 was already impressive enough. Some of them were aggravating long because they were like underground mazes. You're inside this spaceport. You're trying to explore the tunnels, whatever. You're trying to find your way through, finding all the keys. Many different environments, not just spaceports, and then you eventually go to hell, literally. You literally go to hell. And, well, that's new. Anyway, but yeah, level design in this game is amazing. It's spot on, directly spot on, I think. And it got even better when Doom 2 came along, I think. It's also 4 chapters. Well, depends on the version you have. I think they're all 4 chapters. I do have the GBA version too, which that's only 3 chapters. They left out the 4th one for some reason. Even though the 4th one is without a doubt the hardest one. But it's got 4 chapters. They definitely start out with the easiest and then upgrade to the hardest. It's got 5 modes of difficulty. It's got I'm Too Young to Die, Hey, Not Too Rough, Hurt Me Plenty, Ultra Violence, and Nightmare. Nightmare is written in spiky letters so you know it's hard. Enemies come back to life. Unless you are a masochistic son of a bitch, do not try that mode. Oh boy. Ultra Violence is the highest I would go. But anyway. Now on to the complaints. Main complaint about the game. The sprint dashing, well, this isn't the main. I'll get to the main after this one. The sprint dashing can get a little annoying at times. It may seem like you're doing it exactly right, but you have to retry the same jump over and over again. And it's just so many failed attempts. But that can be overlooked. That's not that bad. It is annoying, but you get used to it eventually. My main complaint, and thank God they corrected this in Doom 2. In Doom 1, whenever you went to a new chapter, like say you finished the first one, you wanted to go to the second one, it pretends like you're starting an entirely new game on its, by itself. As in, let's say at the end of the first chapter, you had the pistol, the berserk, the chain gun, the shotgun, the chain gun, rocket launcher, everything. When you start another chapter, even if you start that same chapter over, well, I'm not going to do that. But when you start another chapter, you start all over again. No matter how hard the chapter is, you start back with just a pistol and your fist. That's it. That is the main thing that annoys me in this game. That can sometimes not be overlooked, because if you're starting the Thy Flesh Consume chapter, which is the 4th one, on Ultra Violence or Nightmare, the first level, I think it's called Hell Beneath, it's crazy. There are imps teleporting everywhere, and you can't just run around. I mean, there's a huge ass acid pool in the center of the level. There are barons of hell everywhere. They're the toughest non-boss enemies in this game. It's absolutely insane. So that's the main flaw with this game. But again, the fun factor of the game altogether is just outweighs those completely, in my opinion. It's got boss battles. The end of the 2nd chapter, you face off with the Cyber Demon. The end of the 3rd and 4th, you face off with Spider Mastermind. Very satisfying. Again, level design in this game is genius. Lots of weapons, lots of enemies. Good difficulty, definitely good difficulty. That's really all I have to say. I mean, graphics. It was made in the 90s. You can't really bash graphics, but for its time, graphics were pretty damn good. I have to say that. And unlike Doom 64, and I will address this when I get there, this game did not have brightness issues. But that's for later review. But with that, upcoming is my Doom 2 review. So Metroid, signing off for now.